Don't mind the junk behind me because we're in the middle of renovating our backyard and getting a new veranda sorted. But in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about this product, which is a Holman Wi-Fi tap timer control. The thing I love about technology is when done properly and when it works, we can automate almost anything in the home. And one of the things that is great about this potential product, if it works, is that we can set our sprinkler system on a timer so that not only will it help when we're away from home and the timer just turns on and waters the garden in the middle of this summer heat and keeps all our vegetables alive whilst we're gone, but also helps to minimize the work that we have even when we're here, because instead of having to come out and sit there and water the garden manually by hand, we can actually just set the timer, set and forget as they say, and let the technology and the automation do the work. So the theory of this thing, from what I can tell, is there is a hub, which is kind of like any other Wi-Fi system which you connect to a power point, you connect it to your home Wi-Fi network. There's an app on your phone which allows you to control when you want to have the sprinklers on, how long you want to have it on. So basically you've got sprinklers that work remotely. The caveat of that, the one thing that stresses me out just a tiny little bit is with any timer system, whether it's a really techie thing like this or whether it's just a little timer you got on the tap, is that you have to leave the tap on continuously, because obviously there's no device that's going to actually come out and turn the tap on. So if there's any leaks in the system, if the hose blows or something like that and you're not home, flood time. But hopefully that's not the case, and let's see how well this works. I'm going to try and set this up partially now, and when it cools down a little bit, I'm going to move into the garden and see if we can set up the sprinkler system. Initially, we're just going to do it for our veggies because you can't water everything when you go away. One thing that we don't want to die is our veggies, and we're going to try and set up this system so that it at least supplies water to the veggies if we go away, and also to, like I said, minimize the effort whilst we're here because it automates the whole process. So let's see what's in this box. I have never had any sort of timer system for the garden before, so this is a complete new thing for me, and I'm hoping that it actually works. Some things you buy and it just doesn't work very well, and when there's a lot of friction, no one wants to use it. But let's see what's in here. There is this thing, which is obviously what goes onto the tap. There is this, which is the hub, which you connect to a power point. There's an instruction manual, which I'll probably need to read this time, and there's an adapter for the different sizes of your hose, which I think we might need to use as well. And that's all there is in here. Let's start with the user guide. First time I've ever had to use a user guide, but I just don't know anything about this. We need 4 AA batteries, which is not included. This is one of my pet hates. I hate it when you get any device which doesn't include batteries. I just don't understand why you can't just put batteries in and charge people a couple of bucks extra just to have the batteries in, so people don't get home and have no batteries and then have to go back out and buy batteries. That's one thing I just don't understand. But anyway, it is what it is. This thing is obviously waterproof. This thing obviously isn't. This plugs in somewhere inside, and it has to be within reception of your Wi-Fi network, obviously. And it's just going to give you a sequence of instructions to set up the initial hub thing. And I'm just going to go do that. There's installation instructions right there. I'll be back shortly. The first thing I've done is I've downloaded this Holman Home application, which is available for both iOS and Android. And now I'm going to have to sign up. There's a nice breeze here today, but it's still hot. But everything's now blowing away. So when you enter your email address, it'll ask for a verification code. So you have to go to your email and check that and enter the verification code into the app. And then it asks you to set a password. And it asks next step, allow Holman Home to find local networks, which you're going to say allow. And then you just go to the app. The Holman app is asking if it can find Bluetooth devices, and you're going to say allow as well. And then you're just going to get to the screen where you're going to add a device when it's ready to set up. So I've just gone inside and I plugged the Wi-Fi hub into a power source. And then it says open Holman Home and add a new device by tapping the plus. So I'm going to add a new device, allow whilst using app, and I've got to hit the garden watering section. There's a drop down menu here, garden watering, and choose Wi-Fi hub, which is on there. I have to go back inside for a minute. So it does ask you to go back inside, you follow the instructions, you want to reset the hub, and then you get that successfully added. And it says the Wi-Fi hub allows you to connect up to 4 tap timers and 1 Wi-Fi socket. So this is good if you want to set up multiple around the house. It'll work fine. Up to 4 devices, they say. Currently have no devices installed. So now we have to put some batteries into this thing, which is 4 AA batteries. I guess you could use rechargeable batteries. I don't know if we have any rechargeable batteries, but I'll find a battery. How do we take this off? Battery compartment. So I'm going to go get some batteries. And don't you love the serenity of the cicadas or crickets on a nice warm summer afternoon? Anyway, I got batteries. These are cheap ass batteries, so hopefully they'll last a little while. Now I'm going to go off script a bit. I'm going to stop reading the instructions. I'm just going to follow the instructions on the app and see if it works. Add more devices. So I need to add a tap timer. It's a WX1, which is the option on the top. Ensure the tap timer is close to the hub. Install 4 batteries. So I'm going to install them and put it back in the slot like so. Press and hold button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Look, it's flashing. Make sure the device is in pairing mode. Ooh, it's found a Wi-Fi socket. And then it says next, the Wi-Fi tap timer can be used now. But then you go back, it says no devices. So that's weird. But then it says add a timer. So now what do you do? So now that we have the device listed on this menu here, we found the home button. We tapped on the WX1 timer and it comes up with this screen. So it tells you the battery level, the tap timer status, and when it's next due. So there's options down the bottom which says status, manual watering, starts, sensor, and help. I don't know what any of that means, but there's a scheduling system that you can set, and then you can actually just have it on the manual setting here. Like I said, with this, like with any other tap timer, you have to have the tap on the whole time. So you're gonna make sure you have good connections. And I like the fact that you've got a hub, you've got this thing, and then you've got the ability to actually add 4 of these to the hub, so you can have them all around the garden if you need to. And once it cools down a bit, we're going to set up the sprinkler system. I'm going to show you whether it works or not. See you soon. So I've attached the WX1 to the tap, and it's kind of screwed all the way up. So make sure that's tight so that there's no leaks. And next step is to attach to the hose. And this is what it looks like. The first trick is to turn the tap on, and hopefully there's no leaks anywhere. There's already a leak. Hang on, it's leaking. So I've got the tap on and there's no leaks. So now I'm going to go to the app and I'm just going to do manual watering. And I've turned it on manual. It's leaking there now.
No. Oh. Stuff actually gets moved.
So it works. We just have to figure out how to configure the actual hose and which plants are getting watered and stuff, but the whole thing works. My biggest concern is hopefully there's no leaking from the tap, which would be bad if you're away, but the fact that you can automate this is pretty cool. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time in another video. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.